Welcome to Game 2 of this best of 3. We are on Dusk Towers. And the winner of this best of 5, sorry, not best of 3, has a place in the WCS Circuit Winter Championship. Spawning in the top left position, or right even. God, I'm getting everything wrong in this intro, but we're going to run with it anyway. As the Team Liquid player, the Red Zerg, ladies and gentlemen, it's VortiX. He is currently 1-0 down against this blue Zerg, who is spawning in the southern point and is conspicuously building a building representing Acer, and 1-0 up. It's Bly, ladies and gents. And we have the in-base hatch first. That hatch is going to be approximately a third of the way done by the time Bly's spawning pool is complete. So Bly countering the aggression in game number 1 with an excellent counter roll-in with speed of his own. Now is going to be the aggressor in game 2. We have got the gas and then the pool coming down for VortiX now, but the pool is already complete for Bly. Are we going to see an instant Zergling speed? He's at 104 gas. There we go. Instant speed coming out from him, still on the 1 base. You've got the first 4 lings now on the way, and it's going to take a little while before they cross over to the other side of the map. VortiX will be able to see it as they move out. And Bly now, wow, going for the Baneling Nest behind it as well. Absolutely not messing around at all, so he wants to finish this very quickly indeed. The first ling should be crossing the map as the spawning pool completes, I want to say. He's at about 1/3 of the way done with speed. The Baneling Nest is also 1/3 of the way done. The pool now just completing for VortiX. Look at this. What a journey across the map these lings are making to basically avoid being spotted by an Overlord. So VortiX is not going to have any warning this is coming at all. Very, very strong response here. But VortiX is actually starting a Baneling Nest of his own. It does mean he has no Zergling speed. So these lings are... they're going to have to do some damage, to be honest, because he still doesn't have a natural expansion down. So, Bly's going to have to work some magic here. Oh, and these Banelings are actually going to get seen? Are they going to get seen? Oh! 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 Two lings. He sees the Banelings. If you didn't see them before, he certainly does now. A lot of Banelings are coming through from Bly now, and he is just streaming units across. And now VortiX will spot that there's no creep at the natural expansion. He has to defend against this if he wants to win. We have a Spine Crawler going up inside the mineral line already. Queen's getting in position to defend. The Banelings trying to go around the outside, splitting into 2 groups of 2. They actually get past the Banelings, and they're going to be able to connect with the drones here. That's a lot of drones going down! And that is 8 workers in the natural. More lings streaming in. One of the queens is certainly going to die there. Do we have more lings streaming into the natural? We don't. So the main base loses 8 workers. Both players are on 14 workers right now, but VortiX has got defensive banelings, and he will have Zergling speed very soon. And the problem with that is that when that completes, we're going to have 2 hatcheries versus 1 hatchery. So Bly did damage, but I'm not 100% certain he did enough damage to justify this approach here. Bly, currently on 13 workers and having to fend off a counterattack across the map. He's actually being forced at the moment into dodging Banelings and trying to prevent VortiX from mounting a counterattack. But I have to say, VortiX is looking pretty hunky-dory right now. He's now gone up to 2 more workers ahead. His counterattack is looking good. The army supplies are dead even, which is not a position you want to be in when you have an inferior economy. So Bly is going to have to fight his way back into this game. I wonder if we're going to see a 3rd base come down from VortiX very soon, just to say, look, mate, I don't think you're going to be the aggressor anytime soon. But VortiX at the moment just wants to make sure he has enough units to successfully mount a potential counter here. Both sides with Zergling speed. And Bly trying to move around and force these lings into an engagement on his terms. I think he has 1 or 2 more lings in this composition here, so he does have to be a bit careful. Natural expansion only just finishing up now for Bly. That's really going to hurt him a lot because the difference in the worker count is now 320 versus 17. This 1 ling is going to do his best to scout, and wow, will successfully do so. If the queen wasn't moving so much, actually, that would have been completely denied as far as vision is concerned, but Bly is now going to be moving out into the middle of the map. 23 to 22 drones. Now, 2 base versus 2 base. Bly looking to pop on up here, but there are a lot of Banelings, and there are a lot of Zerglings up here as well. the Queen and the Spinecrawler keeping a watchful eye on things, Bly cannot possibly get much done with these Zerglings and this Baneling. Or can he? Is he really going to try? I mean, this looks like a pretty good setup for VortiX, to be honest. I can't see Bly winning that engagement, and he is actually going to be pulling back. Who's going to be the first to blink and grab a third? I really want to say... Okay, good. VortiX is going down to grab the third now. He has way more than enough Banelings here to defend against what Bly's got right now. He should just be utilizing his advantage to get economically ahead, and that's exactly what VortiX is doing right now. And, well, Bly he's going to have to play from behind. Are we going to see sneaky golds take or anything like that? It's going to be hard with the destructible debris over here, so I highly doubt it. Bly's going to try maybe for another prod. He's up to 38 workers versus 31, but there is going to be a third base at some point in the near future. Bly is coming back into this game economically. The Roach Warren is now down as well, though, for VortiX. I feel like Bly might be going into Mutalisks. He might be looking for a way to try and upset the balance of this game and hopefully tip the scales in his favor with something else. I wonder if that's what he's doing. He's pulling up a lot of gas right now. So keep an eye on that. And there is the Spire. So there we go, guys. We called it. We are going to be seeing Mutalisks coming out from Bly. He has a much, much later third base going down, but it is at least going down. And VortiX spots the tie. We got that to a T. The problem is, it is as VortiX's third base is about to complete. So I have to say, at the moment, Bly, he's facing a bit of an uphill battle. Oh, and VortiX counters with his own Spire. Now, has VortiX actually spotted any tech? He has not. So he hasn't seen the Spire, but he's going to be going for the Spire himself. So he went for the quote-unquote safety Roach Warren. And, well, that actually gets seen now by Bly. And he's now going for the Spire himself. So this means that with Defender's advantage and with the time it takes for Mutas to go across the map, I actually think that VortiX will more or less be in time to stop these Mutalisks if he successfully defends. So just continuing to hold that advantage. He is now mining from the third base and he's getting a lot of gas as well. So that's going to enable him to catch up to the earlier gas stockpiles that Bly has been taking because he is now effectively off of 6 gas. Right, Spire about to complete. We'll see instant Muta production start. It's about 25 in-game seconds away from completing for VortiX, and he, if he plows all his resources into Mutalisks as well, should be okay on that front. He's currently mining a bit more than Bly, simply because he's had that third base down a bit earlier. So I reckon he will be able to counter with approximately the same number of Mutalisks. Bly has 8 Mutas on the way. VortiX has enough money for 6, but will momentarily have enough money for 8 or 9. So I think he's going to be alright here. There's 6 going up to 7. Are we going up to 8? We are going up to 8. Do we have advances on that? Do we see 9? Are we going to see 9? We see 9! Sold to the lady, and then never mind. We're going up to 10 and 11. So VortiX is countering this with approximate overkill. And there is no kill like overkill, ladies and gentlemen. So why the heck not? Ooh, prioritizing the Overlord over the Creep Tumor. Controversial because that might buy enough time for Mutas to come out. Come on, mate. Any day now. There we go. And the Overlord will successfully survive. VortiX shepherds it back. And we have a 4th base coming up from him as well. Now, Bly, knowing that he's behind in this game, has gone ahead and grabbed a blind 4th base a little bit earlier himself. This could be his ticket to equalizing the Mutalist numbers. Muta versus Muta battles are often very, very difficult for a Zerg player to call. Once you get past about 15 Mutas, it's really hard to glance and immediately count how many units your opponent has. So it's really difficult to know whether you can engage and win. It gets very, very messy. And potentially very, very embarrassing. We have 16 to 14 Mutas at the moment in favor of VortiX. If we take a look at incomes, they are more or less equal right now. Oh dear, and First Blood, as far as the Overlords are concerned, are going to VortiX right now. Bly almost losing a Mutalisk in that initial engagement. I don't think either player knows for 100% sure how much damage they can potentially do. Ooh! And if we pick off all of these Spore Crawlers before they even get down, that's going to be excellent. It looks like a single shot got off from that Spore Crawler, but 2 of them do get taken out there by VortiX and another Overlord as well. And we have Zerglings surrounding this hatch. This is definitely going down. Bly in a lot of trouble right now in game number 2. VortiX looking like he is poised to take the game into a third, into a third game rather, with the scores tied up. But he's in an advantageous position. Some might argue he's in a winning position at this point. Certainly if things continue going on as they are, VortiX can argue he's in a winning position. But a winning position is not a won position. He still has to go out and take the game. If we look at the Mutalisk numbers, it's 26 to 25, so VortiX is maintaining those numbers, and he has an awful lot of Zerglings coming in as well. Right, neither player knows 100% exactly what's going on. These Zerglings, though, are spreading out and trying to tank the glaive shots coming out from the Mutalisks here. And VortiX, at the moment, I think, is doing a better job of that right now. 19 Mutalisks to 13, and he does successfully win the air battle. Bly is going to have to move back. VortiX at 130 versus 111 supply. So he's doing a fantastic job. Both sides have equal upgrades. They're both going for the +1 attack on the mutas as well, and they both already have the +1 armor, reducing the damage significantly from those bounce shots. VortiX now wanting to deny the 4th base once again and saying, look, if I can just have an extra base mining for way, way longer than you could ever dream of, then guess what? I'm going to be completely fine in this game. And, well, that gets cancelled. He just moves out with the Zerglings, doesn't need to engage at all. He's saying, look, I'm a base up. What are you going to do about it? He's going to force Bly into an aggressive move. Bly coming in with a counter-attack. He's got a decent number of lings popping out here, but VortiX now with an attack of his own, moving straight into the main base, picking up as many drones as possible in the mineral line. Bly, in the meantime, going into the 4th base location. There are a number of mutas that are going to be able to shut this down, though, and we are now into the natural. The mutas will come back and clean it up. What is the damage looking like? It's 3 worker skill versus 14 for Bly at the moment this game. We've got a couple more worker kills coming in from VortiX, but not enough to quite even that. It's 60 versus 65 drones, and Bly is ahead in the drone count, but he's down in bases. It is still 4 base versus 3, and VortiX at the moment is flying back in with the Mutalisk flock, and it's 31 mutas versus 25. So as the players up the ante, VortiX at the moment has a marginal edge. This is actually a really tricky position for Bly to be in, because he basically wants one round of drones worth. Oh, nice pickoff on that no cancel from Bly. Bly wants 1 round of drones worth of Mutalisks so that he can take 1 engagement where he has more mutas than his opponent. The problem is, I mean, VortiX is just going ham on the mutas right now. He's up to 39 now versus the 27. I don't think there's any way Bly is going to be able to contest this. Look at how many are here. VortiX took a quick glance, moved his mutas back, and then decided to move into his opponent because he's like, actually, mate, I've 100% got this. Let's see. 38 versus 27 mutas and counting. There are some spore crawlers down on the ground now, and there are some good transfuses from the queens, but the numbers are insane. Still 8 mutas ahead. Actually, wow, how many queens is this? Never mind. Bly with 8 queens supporting the mutas. That's exactly what he needed, but he has lost a number. He's down to 16 mutas versus 28, and VortiX continues to pile on the pressure, making more and more mutalisks off 4 bases versus Bly's 3 base economy right now. So Bly needs a way to break out. He's using these queens to tremendous effect right now, but that doesn't mean he's winning a fight and therefore able to take the fight to his opponent. Ling's getting blocked at the ramp, actually, and these mutas should be able to come in and clean up, which means this counterattack gets completely shut down, and Bly is doing a good job. He now has to grab his 4th, but look at how much time this base is spent up right now. I mean, as far as minerals are concerned, VortiX is mining a little bit better. What is the muta count looking like? It's 36 to 20. That is how long VortiX has had the extra base over Bly. And that's why this is so difficult. Bly's having to move forward with queens and spore crawlers before he thinks about coming in with mutas, because he needs to basically try and defend against VortiX coming in with this pressure. VortiX knows the numbers are on his side right now, and he's continued to make more mutas, and he's actually getting infestors now as well, almost one-shotting the spore crawlers. If he gets the spire, that's pretty huge, and he's gonna get it. He runs away from the infestor just in time. No more mutalisks can get made for Bly right now. That is a significant achievement. The spire goes right back down in the natural expansion, right in the middle of that mineral line. And Bly is hunting right now. He is hunting for a good fungal growth. A good fungal growth will demolish all of these mutalisks, and that's why ZVZ can often be so tricky. Both sides going for a 5th base, by the way, in opposite corners of the map right now. And both sides have infestors. This is going to get tight. Hang on to your seats. Here we go. Are we going to see a fungal? Oh, an attempted fungal on the mutas instead actually hits quite a lot of those Zerglings, and that's fair enough. Both sides know what they're dealing with now, and they both back off. The stakes are really high. 1 fungal from either side, and everything goes pear-shaped for the other player. 187 versus 159 supply now in favor of VortiX. So Bly, he is making the game a lot more uncertain with this play here. Again, the links come in from VortiX to deny this base on the left. But he hasn't spotted that there is a hatchery for Bly over here in the top left position. So Bly resorting to hiding what is effectively his 5th base. Ooh. And a quick cancel there. And it looks like he's going for a lot of zoning. So he's transitioning out of Mutalisks at this point. In fact, both players are. And we have Corruptors coming out from Bly. So knowing that he doesn't have the numbers in the air, he's going to be moving his composition, tweaking it a little bit. He's got Infestors, he's got Corruptors. He's trying to deal with Ling Muta. VortiX, though, does have Infestors of his own. And they are nearly at full energy, actually. So we have to be just a little bit careful. They're looking like he's taking out a little bit of supply to grab a couple more units out. He wants more Infestors. He wants those energy-based units that can be so valuable in the late game. And MVP Zergling goes down after taking out a couple of drones on the right-hand side. Luckily, we... Ooh, Bly. Oh, Bly, oh, Bly. You so sneaky, Bly. Sneaky snake. Sneaky snake, here we go! Kaboom! And that wasn't quite that disastrous, you know. 4 more workers, why not? VortiX is coming in and hasn't seen, crucially, that base in the top left yet, so he's just checking this base, hasn't seen anything. Moving in now, excellent fungal growth on most of those. Great Baneling here, oh my god, that got shut down hard, and Bly, that is a statement of intent. Both sides are nearly even now. We have +2 flyer attacks for VortiX, and he has got a slightly bigger bank, but Bly is caught up in supply. And he has also got, don't forget, that 5th base up and mining now. Spinecrawler going down. I imagine a Spore will go down there at some point as well, given the numbers of Mutalisks that are on the field. It's 45 versus 20 in the Muta count here in game number 2. And, well, a portion of those Mutas are flying into, oh god, into the Spore Crawlers. Spore Crawlers do horrendous damage against Mutalisks. That's probably not what you want. And Bly moving in with his contingent of Mutas and Corruptors here will successfully take apart these things from VortiX. He wants to get a fungal. He's so close to getting a fungal. He's not going to quite be able to throw one, though. I don't think VortiX realizes how close he was to losing a massive gaggle of those Mutalisks there. But he holds his ground against a couple of these Mutas. The rest of them are going to swoop in and pick off the rest, though. So there we go. Muta count currently 35 to 18. Decent trade for Bly there. And VortiX just keeping Bly occupied. Unfortunate to fly into those Spore Crawlers, but he's still doing okay. We have a counterattack coming over here into the right-hand side base, and all the Queens are kind of chilling out. It looks like we're going to have Uncle Ultralisk here to try go ahead and clean up, but the Lings are able to move out. In the meantime, these Mutas are coming back. They're looking like they want to kill off the Hive, but we have a Muta versus Muta battle with Corruptors on the side of Bly. Who is going to end up winning this? 35 versus 13. I think the numbers are a little bit too high, and the Corruptors are actually out in the open right now. I'm not sure anything can be done about this. So many of them are going down. 2, now 3, now 4 of them. And we have, oh, and almost getting a fungal. Grabbing 2 of them, but just a little bit too slow. VortiX reacting very, very quickly there. And we have another Ling run by Bly, doing his best with harassment to get himself right back in this game. He's basically just a single upgrade behind now. It's just the +2 flyer attack. He hasn't got ultras on the field, admittedly. But he is right back in. Oh, pardon me. He does have ultras on the field. He has the 1 ultra. This is going to be his hero ultra, but he is making more. So that base in the top left is equaling Bly out economically right now. And that's actually going to allow Bly to take stuff like this a little bit later on. The Mutas here just checking stuff out. The Infestors spot them. So he's going to be able to corner these Mutas with his own Mutas if he wants to be a little bit sneaky snake about it. And here we go. Mutaflock versus... not that big a Mutaflock, to be honest. Mutaflock, oh, very, very nice. Instantly segregating a bunch of those units out is Bly. And there's not an awful lot you can do as well. Great use of those Vipers and Corruptors, and we have more Lings coming in. Bly is really stretching VortiX in a lot of directions right now, and I think despite going down earlier, this is really a good explanation of why Bly is just so feared in ZVZ, although this base right now is getting absolutely picked apart. Number of workers killed, just, wow, 20 versus 46. That's quite a lot, and VortiX, crucially, has still not seen this base here. Right. 21 versus 12 Mutalisks, so the trading continues. And we have another Zergling run by that gets picked off here. We are now more or less Ultra Infestor Queen from VortiX here. The Well, I mean, to be honest, 21 mutas is still nothing to be scoffed at, but they're significantly fewer than 45. And we've gone the Broodlord route from Bly, so turning those Corruptors into something else. Air versus ground here. And, oh my, this could be a problematic air-on-air battle. A lot of fantastic spell casting there. Allows a lot of those mutas to go down, and actually, for the first time this game, Bly has more Mutalisks than VortiX. I didn't think I'd be saying that anytime soon, but Bly does have more mutas here. We have an Infestor run by killing off this base. We have a couple of Lings over here, actually, basically denying the 2 Evo Chambers, but not before those upgrades complete. And here's the big battle. A lot of Broodlords here, and a lot of stuff on the ground as well. For VortiX, those Ultras are taking up so much damage, and the Infestors with the Infested Terrors are doing a huge amount of damage on the Broodlords. It looks like Bly's, despite doing such a great job earlier on, is going to lose this particular battle, and he has a lot of Ultralists now barreling down. The Broodlords were not enough. The Ultras are too resilient. That's such a pity for Bly after doing such a tremendous job on the mutas, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to hold this anytime soon. He's got 8 Ultras on the way, but how much damage will get done by the offending Ultras in the meantime? This base has gone down. This base will almost certainly go down alone to this Ultra. There's 25 kills and counting. Oh my god. And now VortiX is marching into the main base of Bly. This is so difficult. 16 Lings and 8 Ultras are popping out. But look at how much damage has already been done. Man, this Ultra, he's the guy that wants the last hit everything. I mean, look at how rude this is. 35 kills. He's actually single-handedly taking out another Ultra that was on move command, basically, and stuck from the pathing. 35 kills and counting, and now he's going mano a mano, while the rest of the base goes to shreds. Man, this guy is Spartacus. All hail Spartacus. And the rest of these guys, well, you know, they're just part of his crew. Spartacus has now rejoined the main army by the looks of things. And this is turning, unfortunately, rather one-sided. Bly is not going to be able to come back from this. He is at 66 supply versus 130. Yes, he has this base up here, but that's all it is at the moment. It is a base. And these Mutalisks are going to be able to clean up what remains of this Infestor attack. GG! And Liquid VortiX, ladies and gentlemen, takes a game, and he evens out this best of 5 series 1-0.